This is a bizarre story that's now making headlines.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what he wanted, to make a headline. I mean, come on, really? You really thought that in this man's mind, he knew that he was going to go up, show up there, and they were going to fight? I mean, even Joe Rogan knew it. That's probably why he ignored it. Joe Rogan knew exactly what this man was doing. But you know what? You guys want to talk about it? We'll talk about it. How are you good people doing? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, in which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me on the platforms you see above and below. Click this thumbs up button. That way my content can stay consistently recommended to you. And when you do subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification, make sure you select the option all notifications once it opens up, okay? Last but not least, don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father, in which I will be greatly appreciative of everything I'm asking you to do over here. You do it over there, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a real strange, bizarre story here of a internet sensation, crazy, ridiculously huge, muscle-bound, strong dude known as Liver King. And this man became famous because he pretty much ate raw meat. And by his name being Liver King, what you think a lot of that raw meat consisted of? Anyway, folks, this man ended up later becoming what they said he was a fraud in what he did. And he came out and confessed that he was a fraud in what he did in regards to only eating raw meat or whatever like that. Nevertheless, he had a bone to pick with Joe Rogan. And it ended up getting to the extent to where it led to his arrest. Check it out.
Let's go ahead and head out to Austin, Texas, as we teased before that 2-minute break. We're going to be talking about a social media influencer. His name is Brian Johnson, but he's better known online as the Liver King. He was arrested in Austin yesterday after posting threatening messages that were all directed towards the podcaster Joe Rogan. To help us explain a lot more about this story, we're going to go out live there to Texas to speak with Jenna King there with Fox 7. Jenna, this is a bizarre story that's now making headlines. What else can you tell us?
Yeah, absolutely a bizarre story. What we can tell you, like you mentioned, that 47-year-old influencer, Brian Johnson, or better known by his followers as the Liver King. He's known for his extreme diet and his so-called primal lifestyle. APD says that it became aware Johnson had made threats against Joe Rogan on Tuesday morning. The Instagram posts also revealed Johnson was traveling to Austin while continuing to make threatening statements, according to APD. Rogan told police he had never had an interaction with Johnson and considered the posts to be threatening.
Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable.
Yeah, APD says it obtained an arrest warrant for Johnson on a terroristic threat charge. Johnson was found at the Four Seasons Hotel in downtown and taken into custody. He recorded the arrest on social media to his followers as well. APD says that this does remain an ongoing active investigation. Back to you.
All right, and as we've been here with Jenna King there with Fox 7 in Austin talking about the Liver King, have you heard from anyone there, just people walking around? Have you heard from anybody in the community talking about this? As, of course, we know that Joe Rogan is a major person to be there in the Austin area. I'm sure this has to be coming across people's headlines as well.
Yeah, you know, all day long, even just people in our newsroom, you know, everyone knows the name Joe Rogan, obviously here in Austin, you know, with Comedy Mothership and all of that. But what I found interesting was just how the millions and millions of followers, you know, that Liver King does have. And so very interesting and super, you know, bizarre case, especially with these two really big names.
All right, again, with Fox 7 there in Austin, Texas. Jenna King, we appreciate you for joining us here on Live Now. Stay dry, as I can see you're trying to brave the elements to bring and come on to the show.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right, wanted to bring that to you here on Live Now from Fox. So maybe you follow them online. The Liver King, though, has been arrested for threatening Joe Rogan. Wanted to bring you that update here on Live Now from Fox.
Joe Rogan, I am calling you out. My name is Liver King, man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. I have no training in jiu-jitsu, but you're a black belt. You should dismantle me, end quote. We'll keep you updated online as we learn more.
Yeah, see, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's like, okay, what's really going on? Like, he really is picking a fight with Joe Rogan and challenging him like the old school Bruce Lee stuff or whatever. But here's the deal. Guys, I can be wrong on this, but as a content creator, I have learned from other content creators what they do in order to get the, the clout, or get the attention, get the ratings, get, doing something completely different. You really think this man has millions of followers? Him going to jail is only going to make his followers like, oh man, that's so cool. He went to jail over there. This is how bad he wanted Joe Rogan. It's gonna bring people attention to him a whole lot more. To throw somebody like Joe Rogan in there, the world's biggest podcaster. And now they're going to have to sit there and do things like, well, let's see what Joe Rogan do. Let's see what Joe Rogan does. Let's see what his response is going to be, whatever like that. And could this possibly turn into the whole Mike Tyson, Jake Paul deal now, to where Joe Rogan, who's a black belt, who trains quite often is what I'm told, they're going to have a thing to where they're going to have y'all going to glove up, helmets on, y'all going to go, and this is going to be an MMA fight, and let's get Trump involved in. Y'all know how deep and huge this thing can go. I mean, you have, social media influencers are racking in money way more than a lot of the NBA players, a lot of the professional boxers and all that. This is the world that we're in right now. People are more interested in a lot of content creators stuff than they are with the professionals and all that. So it's crazy. We never thought we would be in this world today where we're at right now, to where people who do things for a living, they're professionals. They work hard. I'm not hating on that at all. But a lot of them are having to compete with us. For example, CNN, MSNBC, all these different news networks, they're having to compete with a lot of podcasters, typical American brothers and sisters like myself, like the Tatums, like the ABLs, like JPD, a lot of different content creators who ever have podcasts out there. A lot of these news networks are having to compete with them. Our local news is not nearly getting the amount of attention and ratings that just me here in our towns. You know what I'm saying? So the world has completely changed. But anyway, my point in saying all this, guys, is that look how far this can go. Look how deep it can go. Look how it can explode. Look how now it's going to cause a whole social media Joe Rogan fan base versus the Liver King fan base. And now it's going to try to get to where they're going to want to instigate them into a fight, and all these different people get involved. People out there like, I don't know, different celebrities and things like that will try to say, hey, I'll put $1 million down for Joe Rogan and to do this fight. There will be people out there that y'all know that online betting now, to where now should something like that happen, all of a sudden now online betting is going to be, I'm putting my money on Joe Rogan. I'm putting my money on Liver King. Dude, if the Liver King gets a hold of Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan going, you know what this is going to do. You mark my words what this is probably going to do. If it doesn't go the direction that I'm saying it's going to go, the reason why I probably won't is because Joe Rogan might be like, I'm not worried about that guy. I mean, Joe Rogan will give praise where praise is due. Joe Rogan would look at him and be like, you see this freaking guy? This guy's freaking huge. He's a monster. And leave it at that. And be like, but I'll kick his ass. So anyway, let me move on to my next topic. He can completely dismantle it right then and there and just ignore the dude. Anyway, those are my thoughts on that. What are y'all thoughts on this? What do y'all think? Whatever it is, let me see it in the comments below after this video, okay? Do not forget to do what you guys see in this animation right here that will greatly help my channel. The next video that I will be doing, most likely in chronological order, is going to be up there. Things I did as of yesterday that you may have missed will be right here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.